It's Wellness Wednesday. Alright, no editing today. You get one take of chaos. Yes, I am sick. I am so very sick. I'm hiding from the kiddos so that I can make this video. And really that's what it's all about, hiding from the kiddos. So I'm 6 kids at home with me every day. Oop, it's windy. Hold on. I'm going to take you over to the porch of my soon-to-be new house and hope the wind isn't going to be that bad. I hope the wind isn't that bad. This would not be good. I'm not at all sure if the wind's going to work out with me. So not quite my porch. That's my future porch. That's my house. And yes, I'm sick with a complete sinus cold. The whole family is sick. And it all started like Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. Last Thursday. So almost 7 days of nasty sinus infection, but apparently everybody has it, so nothing special about me for getting it. But that's not even what I want to talk to you about. What I want to talk to you about is quiet time. 6 kids. Did I tell you I have 6 kids at home? Always with 6 kids. And I don't get a lot of quiet time. Ever. By somebody. Ever. Yep, there's the dogs. So there's not much quiet time in my life. I'm really sorry about the barking dog. There's not much I'm going to be able to do about it. And did I tell you I'm doing this in one take? Yeah. So here's what I found that has come into being a problem the last few months, the last few years of my life. So I was doing really good and I was walking, but then the demands of my kids kind of caught up and I became their manager and I quit walking because I didn't have any time for me. And it's not that I don't have any time for me, it's just I don't have any energy. I'm not going to lie, I'm probably not the most efficient person with my time. I should be, but I'm not. I can still get a lot done, but I'm not a great manager of my time. And so what I've kind of come to realize in the morning is if I try to get up early, so do they. And what I'm kind of coming to the point of understanding, whether it's age that I've gotten old enough to understand this, and it's always been this way, or if it's as I've gotten older, it's become more detrimented that I get this. I need a couple of hours of quiet time. I used to be able to just wake up and roll. Now that wind's kicking up again. I used to be able to wake up and roll in the mornings, but it's not that case anymore. In fact, now I need a couple of hours of quiet. They're not allowed to invade my mind with their chaos until I've had a full cup of coffee. Yeah. And so what I'm starting to realize is I need that quiet in order to be functional. Because if I'm not quiet in the morning, if I don't have that morning quietness, I'm trying to use a tree to block the wind. If I don't have that morning quietness, I'm essentially a lump on the couch the rest of the day. I am not productive. I don't have the capacity to be productive unless I have the quiet time. And so literally go back to bed and start over. So I'm trying to kind of invoke, and this feels like a lot of time, and I'm not quite sure what to think about it, but not necessarily being willing to be functional until after 10 o'clock in the morning. Having my kids get a sense of there's something for them to go do so that I can sit here and wake my mind up. How do I do that? It might be taking a walk. It could be reading the Bible. It could be listening to a podcast. It could be reading a different book. It could be talking on the phone with a friend. But it's not talking on the phone with anybody else. Not my mom. I love you, Mom. If you watch this, if you all tell her about this, I'm not going to be happy with you. But because my mom is life going on, and I need a little bit like, I don't need to deal with life. It's different when I talk to a girlfriend. When I talk to one of my girlfriends, it's non-emotional. It's not stretching my brain. It's kind of quiet time with them. And so I'm realizing that this is becoming kind of substantial. And if I do this, the time that I no longer have, what I have left of time for the day, is so much more productive. It's so much more getting things done, which seems counterintuitive to me. I'm not going to lie. It seems counterintuitive. And in fact, it's kind of working that way with my kids. I found on the weekends, if they get busy doing things, that in the afternoon, if I ask them to do a little schoolwork, they get a lot of stuff done very easily. And so I'm trying to put this into practice to see what happens if I just let them kind of have their morning, and then in the afternoon it's like, okay, now it's time to get onto things. So that's my Wellness Wednesday. My Wellness Wednesday with a shaky phone and a windy outdoors. Walking on boards I probably shouldn't be walking on, just to block the wind, is all about how to kind of give mental peace so I can be strong enough for my day. When I think back to when my kids were younger, I had that. I had that morning of quietness that I don't have now. When I had a bigger house, I had that morning of quietness that I don't have now. And it would be nice because I can move around. With living in a tiny space, it makes it really hard to get that. So I'm trying to test this out. But how do you keep mental and quiet space in your mind? How are you finding that ability? Because, I don't know, I get mentally fatigued a little quicker than I used to. 6 kids, over 40, homeschooling 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I am full force with my children. And just knowing I can't be enough, but I don't want, I got to put the oxygen mask on me first. But how are you handling that in your homeschool day, in your life as mom? Maybe you're a caregiver, that you're 24 hours on for caregiving. You have to have that kind of quiet space. I'm going to tell you, it's like running a marathon every day. You can do it for a couple of days or for a little while, but eventually you're going to fatigue out, and then you can't run a marathon again for months. And it kind of goes back into a little bit every day is a lot better than a lot one day and nothing after that. And I'm trying to keep that in mind and practice it. So I'm curious to hear what you do. Do you need that quiet time? I used to get it at night, but it seems not to be as productive as it used to be. I kind of need it to start my day. Otherwise, I just get so tired. So anyways, I'm curious to know what you think. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you along. And leave me the comments down below, and I'm going to get out of this wind. It is a beautiful day, but I'm going to get out of this wind and hit the books with my kids like I need to do. So I will talk to you soon. And remember, if I can do it, you can do it. We can do it. I'll see you then.